Thank you so much. Welcome to my channel. My name is Grace. In this tutorial, we'll be doing tutorial on how to sew this singlet and details on the best side of the fabric to use, the measurements. So this particular fabric is a stretchy fabric, but it stretches one side more than the other side. The other side stretches more, that is the side that the grain of the fabric are stretches more, like this particular side I'm stretching now. Stretch the first side are stretched, but it's not more than the second side. So you make use of the side that stretches more to be the circumference and the circumference of your singlet or your camisole. So now my bust, the original bust for this measurement is 40, but because of the stretchy nature of this, I'm going to make use of 40. Sorry, the original size is 43, but because of the stretchy nature of it, I'm going to make use of 40. That's unfold 10. So, and because I'm not leaving any allowances inside, and then the length, I'm making use of length 25. So but I'll cut it at 26 because of seam allowance. So what I'm trying to measure right there is the length of my strap. So minus the strap length, which is 5 to 6 inches, because of the stretchy nature of the fabric. So I'm not going to make it very long, so I'm going to fold it by 1 inch. That is the hem of the to hem the singlet or the camisole, whatever you call it. So I'm drawing out the point where is my shoulder line. That is, if I was going to attach the strap separately, that is the point where is my shoulder line, before I will now make an extension that will indicate the strap of the length of the strap, right? So if I was adding, that is now the second line is my seam allowance. Okay, so that second line is my seam allowance, which I'm not going to cut it at that point, but I will minus it from the beginning of my tape, where my tape starts by 1 inch. So I'm just trying to get out my neck depth at that point. But if pay attention closely, I marked out from the shoulder line to the neck depth is 3 inches. But at the end, I discovered that the 3 inches was too deep because of the strap length, and because of the stretchy nature of the fabric, it will be revealing the cleavages too much. So I took it up by 1 inch. So at the end of it all, we had our neck depth, from our shoulder to our neck depth, we had it at 2 inches. As we proceed, you will see the correction I made, or how I went up by an inch before I cut. So right here, I was looking at it and I felt it was too deep for me. So this was after considering that, then I now went up from this my neck depth by 1 inch. So here I'm just trying to remeasure and see the length of the strap, and then shape the arm point side. So what I did was that I did not take a particular measurement, but I used the neck, the shoulder line to guide me on how I got my armhole length. So I just made from that my shoulder line, I just came down for about 2 inches, and then I curved it to get my armhole point, right? So like I was saying, I have corrected the neck depth by, I went up from that 3 inches, I went up by 1 inch. So what is here now is just 2 inches. From my shoulder line, I went down, what I'm working with is 2 inches. So the width of our strap is just 1.7, that is almost 2 inches, but it's not up to 2 inches. because at the end I will weave it, and then after hemming I'll have like 1 inch left. So here I was cutting. So in this particular method, the strap is cut together with the body of my uh, singlet, right? So I didn't detach the strap from the body, unlike the other videos I made. So you can see what it looks like now. All right, so the second one, I'm just trying to cut the second part of the singlet using the same method, same measurement, everything the same. I'm just going to duplicate it. So I'm done cutting now. So the next thing, I will now take it to the weaving machine and weave it with the same color of the fabric. It makes it looks neater. So this is what at the end our singlet shape will look like. So here is the second one. So pay attention and see how I cut the second one. This second one, the sleeves, that is the strap, are not attached to the body, as in from cutting. I cut them separately. So here I'm getting the width of the neck, which since is a camisole, I made use of 4 inches width, and then I'm considering the length of the strap because this fabric is not as stretchy as the other one. So the strap length is, I make use of 6. And then the depth of the neck from that place, from the assumed shoulder line to the depth of the neck, I measured 2.5 inches, and then I gave a space of 1 inch where I will attach my strap before and from the neck to where I start my arm point. I give space of 1 inch. Then the bust, I'm making use of bust 38. 38 is for a slimmer person. So here I'm cutting. So at the end, if I cut, you will see the 1 inch I was saying. I give space between the neck point and the armhole. You will see that at the end of the cutting. So the distance between the neck point and the armhole is just 1 inch. So here I'm still duplicating the second part. So when I'm cutting the strap to attach, the strap will be the same width with this 1 inch around between the shoulder and the neck line, so that it aligns with the body and the strap. So here I am done cutting. I'm just trying to reconfirm the length. This one is not long, the length is just about 23 inches. So here I'm just trying to get the length of my strap and then the width. So I made use of length 12 because it's not stretchy like that. So I'm just using 6 in the front, 6 at the back, so total of 12. And then the width of my strap is just 1 inch. So here I'm cutting it. So it's on fold, so I cut and then divide it. So the total of what I'm cutting there is 2 inches width and then 13 inches length, so that I will use half-inch seam allowance up and half-inch seam allowance down. So this is the strap. So this is what, at the end, this is what our singlet will look like. So I'm just weaving the black, weaving it with the same color of thread, and then here I'm just sewing. I first of all join it at the shoulder before I start hemming from the armhole all the way to the shoulder point. down to the other side of the armhole. I repeat the same method on the other side of the arm, and then I do the same thing for the neck. I'm just hemming the neck around it. I'm done, and then I'm just sewing it by the side, closing the sides of my singlet. When I'm finished doing that, the next thing is just to hem the down part of the singlet, and my singlet is ready. Now this color, I'm joining the strap to the body around the neck point. In this case, I join it before I went to weave. I joined it before I went to weave because I needed the weaving to be joined together. That is, the weaving to be on one side, like at the point where I join the strap and the body. I join it before I go to weave. I don't want it to be separated, the weaving to be separated. So if you look carefully, you can see that because my strap and the main allowance I left for joining is 1 inch, so I join it, and then you see how aligned it is. No one is wider than the other. That is, the strap is not wider than the body of the singlet itself. So it's after I joined here, then I will now take it to the weaving machine to go and weave it before I come and then hem the sides. So here I'm done joining it. Basically, after weaving, then I'll just join the sides like I did on the other one, and our singlet is ready.